Okay, I have never played Hardspace Shipbreaker before. I don't know anything about it. Today is September 11th, 2020. Still in early access, so if you're watching this in the future on YouTube, I'm sure the game is in a different state than I'm seeing it today. But I don't even know what genre this is. I'm excited to check it out. Just pulled up a controller, let's put it up and see how it plays. The devs behind this made any other games? Explosions and flashing lights. Okay. Okay, I might switch off of it. I try to use controllers with games let me. It's just a little bit lower attention, but I can always switch if it's an issue. Accept and continue. You're participating in early access. It's not complete. He'll be adding new content and features regularly. Find a bug or want to give us feedback? Sure. Humankind has industrialized much of the solar system. Earth has deteriorated into a place of squalor and decay. Is this supposed to be the future? Oh. Orbit, a new breed of worker has emerged, the Shipbreaker. Labor is extremely dangerous, but for a select few, the hazard pay is worth the risk. Pretty cool short setup there, I like it. Shipbreaker application. Pave the way to the Galaxy program. Update on your application status. Okay, just making sure I can't move the camera here. Congratulations on accepting into the links Pave the way to the Galaxy program. Chosen based on above average exceptional physical and cognitive ability. And assigned salvage station number 42, designation Morrigan. Employment and Pave the way is the sole discretion of Lynx Corporation. Okay. Doing a pretty good job of setting the tone here. Finalize your info on the following pages to confirm employment. So again, I might have to use the mouse and keyboard, that's fine. Account name. Standard clones unlimited. Clone fee, 150,000. This reminds me of Void Bastards. Voice ID verification. Oh, that's cute. I noticed that a couple games are being smarter about how they handle, you know, masculinity versus femininity instead of asking you to specify a gender, right? I think that Animal Crossing says pick your style. It's pretty cool. Personal mobility, standard versus inverted. Proper orientation setting improves productivity by 40%. Food processors can serve a variety of dietary preferences. Chicken, plastic-free, vegetarian. This is you eat bugs? Automatarian? Chicken. I have no criminal record in the Terran or Martian zones. A record in the Jovian frontier is acceptable. That's outside Jupiter. Okay. Not a member of and have never been associated with a workers' union or other labor interests, although that's number 2. Completed my annual medical exam and have been cleared of having McCullough's lung. This is a great opening. No commercial or real estate interests on Luna, the asteroid belt, or in the nation state of Arizona. I'll bring a positive attitude and problem-solving mindset to work every day. I accept the health risks associated with long-term exposure to a van der Waals field. I will vote for Chancellor Chun-Zong. This is great. They set up so much in this little section here. Employment terms and conditions. The lore. So is this game called Hardspace, or is it called Shipbreaker? It's called Hardspace Shipbreaker. It's different.
steps into the yard.
Soundtrack.
To earn his wages working hard. I pray to the stars and heaven above.
Amnesia Lounge.
To return my daddy to those he loves.
I see. They want to make Hardspace a setting. Gotcha.
There comes a time when he and death meet. Bless the next cutter that takes his seat.
Seems like a rich setting. This is a really cool FMV. They're just salvaging derelict ships. That's pretty cool. Sci-fi. This seems much higher production quality than I'm used to for an early access game. So this isn't quite a AAA studio making it, but they're up there on a scale of like one-person dev studio to EA. They're kind of in the middle, maybe. AA. Press space. I use the controller now.
Before we jump in here, Cutter.
Yeah, let's just use the mouse and keyboard.
To observe a moment of silence for a departing shipbreaker. You'll soon learn this type of thing doesn't happen very often up here.
Goodbye, fit.
Okay. Well, my name is Weaver. I'll be your eyes and ears when you're in the yard. Used to be a cutter myself until there were some complications with one of my clone jobs, but never you mind about that.
Clone jobs.
Let's get to work. Go ahead and open your work order, and let's get started. You ever want to pay off your debt like Sullivan did? It's all about completing your work orders.
It's quiet in my ear, too. Is that a setting? Let me check. So I can just turn everything else down and then turn the main volume up. You know if that's any better? Oh no, I think going in the menu shut him up. No! I'm now terrified. Thrust forward, descend, ascend. It's too late for me to restart. Oh, these are like my quests? Okay. Gotcha. Send. Let me turn off the controller because it's vibrating on the desk here. Ascend. Break. Control.
Alright. These next two maneuvers are tough for most worms to wrap their heads around because most of you have never spent time in zero-G. We call them rolls. Give them a shot.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, this here is your trusty training vessel. On it and in it are salvageable objects to cut your teeth with. Let's
like the
give her a
UI.
go, shall we?
For some reason, I'm really attracted to pixelated text. Okay, little tethers, that's cool. Grapple push. Salvage an antenna. Are the green arrows my objective marker, basically? Or is there a separate... I don't know, there's a thing here that shows the workstation. Oh, I see, antenna. Gotcha. I think I was just supposed to detach them instead of pushing them there, right? So I just have to like move onto it to get it now? Move them to the barge. Okay, thanks. Deposit salvage. That worked.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
And I should have another one here somewhere. There it is. This is a really cool concept for a game. Don't be launched into space and forever unrecoverable. I think I launched it at a much faster... I'm not gonna be able to make up with its momentum, huh? Let's see. Do I have a booster? No! Oh, I might be gaining on it. Right click will pull it toward me.
Marstead limits are out of bounds. Please turn back.
Okay, didn't soft lock myself.
Well, congratulations there, Cutter. Your
Friction in
very
space will
first
slow
piece
it down.
of Salvage. Another billion or so of them antenna, and you will have completely wiped out your debt. I'm kidding, of course. All right, Cutter. You ready to perform a little zero-G ship surgery? Let's boot up your scanner and see what we see.
Scanner.
Now we're looking for cut points. Think of them as the chunks of glue that hold the key structural segments of the ship together. Bingo.
Quick grapple.
Just got the go-ahead from control to unlock your cutting tool. You may now equip the Stinger head mount. I'm uploading the final work order objective required to complete your certification rank 1 training, and yep, you guessed it. Let's get them nacelles on the barge with them new tools of yours.
Up the cutter. Toggle scanner. Okay, I think I get it. God. Cut level 2. Oh well, I just had super weird deja vu.
Warning.
Whoa.
Cutting tool overloads are dangerous.
Okay.
Can generate
That's
excessive
bad.
paperwork for senior management.
Don't hold it too long. No, there's nothing else for me to scan on this thing, so am I just supposed to throw this whole block into the merge? Is that what they want me to do here? Okay, gotcha. So the scanner is showing me the weak points that I'm able to destroy with the cutter. Okay, gotcha. This makes sense now, and I feel like it would be difficult to
Salvage secured.
not remember it
Account
not
credit
making
applied.
sense for someone, but... Maybe I'll send them some early access feedback to add a couple extra steps into the work order. Face the barge, and then some dialogue. You're supposed to drop stuff in there.
And that's what it's all about, Cutter. The more work orders
That's
you
cool.
complete, the closer you get to hitting your certification quotas. Go ahead and see where you're at on earning your first cert.
I still don't know what that is. Nacelle? View certification quotas. Open pause menu. Work order objectives. View at the end of each of your debt in the corner. That's great.
Earning certs gives you access to better upgrades and perks for your tools, gear, and equipment, as well as access to more valuable ships back in your hab. Speaking of which, let's mosey on over to your personal habitation unit right now, because that's what you do when you finish your shift. You didn't think Lynx made you sleep out here in the yard, did you? Weaver out.
Enter the hab. Assume there's an indicator for that. It's a little house icon. Thing attached to the side of a spaceship to provide local maneuvering thrust. Okay. I don't think that's come up in Star Trek. At least not in the first 2 seasons. Let me adjust because the rest of the game is also very quiet, so I'm just going to turn this back up. Let me know if it gets too loud. Hopefully I remember to turn it back down for the next game. And shift, yes. The core gameplay loop seems pretty cool. I do like the leveling up mechanic. Achieve the prestigious rank of 2. Laser cutter upgrades unlocked. Ship class 1 certification. I love your current debt at the bottom. That's great.
Top of the morning to you, Cutter. As you know by now, this is your hat. I know it feels a bit flat right now, but I hear Lynx is looking into fixing it up real nice for you sometime in the near future. Anyway, says here you're gonna need an upgrade to complete your next certification rank. You're gonna like this one, Cutter. Let's check it out now, shall we?
It's modular laser cutter. So if I'm gonna have to buy my own equipment, that would be very on brand for this game, it seems like. Purchase upgrade.
Good. Now let's get back to the yard so you can try this sucker out.
Split saw. Start shift.
Okay, before we hop back in the yard, I want to show you the ship catalog. Here is where you find a selection of ships Lynx is deemed ready for salvage. As I said
Does this game have VR support
earning
yet?
certifications will open up higher grade ships.
So this would be
So
great
we
for
got a long to
VR.
walk before we run, Cutter, so let's get back to finishing your plate on that Lynx training vessel. Weaver out.
Lynx mandates each cutter salvage the maximum amount of value possible in a timely manner. Rewards and recognition may be given to top performers.
All right, Cutter.
They don't plan to.
Shift, another credit. Today's goal is to complete your certification rank 2. And in order to do that, we're going to have to light up that new split saw mode you've just upgraded in the hab. Go ahead and equip it now.
Got it. Oh, cool. It's the same piece. That makes sense.
Nice work there, Cutter. It's time to take the training wheels off and let you loose on this thing. My advice is to knock out your work order first, and then see if you can salvage every last bit of the training vessel. We call it using the whole buffalo. Waste not, want not, right, Cutter? Go get 'em, Tiger. Weaver out.
I think this is what they want me to do. Needs to actually be exposed for me to do anything, right? Oh, that's funny. No carbon panel. Okay, so it's showing me the cut level required to get into some of these things, I guess. What's the cut level on this thing supposed to be? Processor, furnace. Forge. Cut anything, cut level 1. Let's see aluminum panels. Okay, hold on. I think I passed by it a second ago. I'm just gonna find it now. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Inefficient, but I kind of get it. Oh, that's cool. Wait, do I have to do something else with it first? Put it in the furnace first, okay. Deposit salvage.
New certification level awarded. License upgraded.
I see, and I have to get a certain amount. Sure. The outside panel is nanocarbon. I have to do everything from the inside, it looks like. Okay. I guess maybe over time I'll start to recognize what they look like without the scanner. I like this is a game where roll matters, not just for like stabilizing yourself. So I must have screwed up my cut somewhere, huh? Next to the destination marker is a weight readout. They can be very informative about whether you have detached a piece. I see. There we go. So I must have just been slightly off earlier. You said right click kind of pulls it to me slightly. Shit. Oh god, where'd it go? Seriously, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Because I can use scan to find it, okay. pulls me to it. That makes more sense. But I just slingshotted myself. No, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Of your workday.
I didn't mean to. Accelerate towards you, physics will heavier it is, the slower it accelerates. The longer you hold it, the faster it goes towards you. Okay. How early access is this? It feels pretty done. Maybe there should be a little bit of tweaking in the tutorial section. Is it like months or years away from full release? Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, so if I had gotten the first piece right, that would have been more than enough right there. Probably grab this little piece that's floating around though. Very recent. This is much more playable than what I'm used to in early access. Alright. So, let's see what else we can do now. I see the whole thing came apart now, it looks like. Aluminum panels. It says salvage soft crate, salvage nanocarbon. Talking about something in here, I guess? Yeah, I could see this game appealing to like the Elite Dangerous crowd where just the sim of being out here and being in a toy box is fun or satisfying on its own. So what's a crate? Is it this thing? Those can just go straight in the... barge, I guess.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Let me see if I can see where you're talking. Oh, that's teeny tiny. Okay, I see it now below the cursor. Soft crate next to barge. Thanks.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Alright, so then nanocarbon, I'm gonna have to like remove everything from it that's not nanocarbon in order for it to work. Can I just throw a whole thing into the furnace or is it gonna get mad at me? Let's find out. Oh, I see, in the center. So it's telling me this is where you should be taking this. Got it, thank you. I was wondering why it said barge earlier. It was because I'm just facing the barge right now, but that makes more sense. Then it also says deposit salvage there while I'm holding it, and it shows a little on-screen objective marker that the processor's this way. Gotcha. Some things go straight in the barge, some things have to get thrown in the furnace, and some things go in the processor, and those are the three places you can put things, basically. Come on. Don't go in the processor yourself. It seems like that would be bad. That seems like that would be bad.
Your activity has dropped below nominal levels.
You have been processed.
Return to work.
The total value is $8.14. Your next of kin will be billed for unreturned equipment. Press space to revive. Okay. Funny. Presumably there's a piece I left behind gone? Is it starting me over? I think I lost out on that panel. That's unfortunate. Oh no, it floated in on its own. Okay. I see I've got enough there. I was trying to line it up exactly, but it looks like once it gets kind of close, it gets sort of sucked in. Okay, there's some amount of suction once it's close-ish. Portal funneling, basically.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Nice job, Cutter. Now get back to your hab to end your shift and spend them shiny new Lynx tokens on upgrading your gear.
Oh, I see. LT is Lynx tokens. It's the company store, right? Script. Yeah. As long as it's under 2,000 kilograms, getting it past the yellow hazard markers on the processor will get it sucked in. Okay. Handheld utility grapple upgrade unlocked. Credits earned. Now I don't show it penalizing me here for dying.
Well, congratulations on completing
Can't let the cutters accumulate generational wealth.
Now that you've proven you kind of know what you're doing out there, Lynx
Kinda.
has a present for you. Go ahead and make your way to the equipment upgrade screen and let's see what we see.
Tethers.
Repeat after me, Cutter. Tethers are your friends. Let's select your next ship and head out into the yard to try them out.
Doesn't charge the loading fees yet. Okay. View the ship catalog. Calamity 9. Training Mackerel. Klein Co. Claim ship. All remaining salvage will be forfeit to Lynx. Begin salvage, yes.
Alright, Cutter. This here mackerel is stripped down, but there's still plenty there for us to sink our teeth into, such as how we're going to deal with the pressurized areas. But before we get into all that, let's try out your tethers. Your tethers are far stronger than the line on your grapple. Use them when you're trying to move objects that are much heavier than you are. Also, tethers stack, meaning the more you use, the stronger the pull you get out of them. If you put them in the right place, that is.
Work orders. Grapples equipped. Right click to place tether. Let's go to the barge. So the tethers are things that I'm supposed to be able to grab onto. Tether multiple objects together or stack multiple on a single object for even greater strength. I see. Can you grab onto the actual bay then? Gotcha, I didn't think that it would target the center of it. That makes sense.
Like I said, tethers are your friends. Once you get the hang of them, you can get pretty creative with how you use them.
That's cool.
Alright, now for the fun stuff. And when I say fun, I mean incredibly dangerous. Next, we're going to learn about pressurization.
Oh, cool.
According to links, decompression events are the #1 cause of death. And as a result, cloning. Let's see if we can crack into this ship
Danger.
without making her pop. See that airlock over there? Let's go check it out. All right. Let's open up your scanner and see what we see.
Green squares indicate air in that compartment. Okay.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
It's an interesting thing to think about in a game. Kind of like that. The airlock is now red. Okay.
Using airlocks is always a good idea, but there may be times later when you encounter ships without functioning airlocks. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, Cutter. For now, let's get inside. Alright, let's see if there's a way to depressurize this sucker so we can get to work on it. Look for an atmosphere regulator. If it's working, this device will let us depressurize the room safely. You don't want to trigger a violent decompression, believe me.
It's a really cool idea for a game. This thing.
Alrighty, I'm lighting up your work order with the rest of the objectives for this ship. There she is, the reactor. That's your meal ticket right there, Cutter. Alright,
No, it's
this
all
one's
red 'cause the
pretty
air's out of
easy.
it.
She should
Okay.
just slide out of her coolant casing with a good yank from your grapple. But before you do that, it's always a good idea to clear a path for her straight to the barge, because once you pull it, she starts melting down. And when
Oh,
it comes to reactors, you never know how many ticks you got till she goes boom.
okay.
Alright, the way you complete your work order from here on out is entirely up to you. Let's show Link so Weaver still knows how to turn worms into shipbreakers, alright? Good luck, Cutter. Weaver out.
Reactors are prone to meltdown and removed from casing. Salvage quickly and with caution. That's cool. There's a lot of ways you could screw this up, basically. So, like, if I hadn't depressurized the thing and I cut a line there in this panel, air would have just exploded out from inside of it and, like, blasted me into a wall and killed me or something. It's interesting. Now, I can't cut any of these things right now, right? Yeah, I can't cut my way out of the ship. When they say clear a path, they don't mean, like, clear a hole to get out of it. Since I only have cutter level 1. Attachment of the hull segments. Yeah, not great. So I feel like I could pull this out right now, but then I'd have to run to the airlock to get it out of here, right? That seems not advised.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Attach whole nanocarbon panels and process them. Would I do that from outside the ship to start? Yellow cut points. Oh, okay. Thank you. Those are the things that are holding things in place. Sure. Gotcha. Thank you. Now, are the different colors different cut levels? I see. Looks like the answer is yes.
Salvage destroyed. Don't do that.
Salvage destroyed. Yeah, the panel I attached to the reactor is free now. I see what you're saying. Sure. Now I can't throw this whole thing into the barge. I just have to get this, like, pull out the reactor and then throw it into the barge and then salvage the panel that it was on. It's best to go by the weakest cut points if you can. Yeah, I'm just trying to bring the thing closer to the barge first, because I don't know how much. When they say it could melt down in any second, I don't know if they mean seconds or what. The music changes when you've got one of these out.
Warning, electrical damage.
Good.
So I was too close to it. Gotcha.
License upgraded.
This is processor, and it gives me a little handy on-screen indicator of where to take it. Gotcha. This is one of those games where it's like you wonder, where did the initial idea for this come from? Like, did the dev know someone that was involved in actual real-world shipbreaking? They want Hardspace to be a full setting too. It's a really interesting choice for the first thing to do in this setting. So once it makes it past the hazard tape, it's going to get sucked in, and I can kind of let it be at that point.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Gotcha. So I have to get at least one more of those, it sounds like. The rest of the cut points are all inside. Okay. To limit scope creep on your first game makes sense. If you impart force multiple times, or you push something multiple times, you can impart more velocity. Gotcha. Second. So this is a use case for tethers. It'd probably be easier to get it where I need it to go. Am I able to tether directly into the processor? It looks like I can. Can I also delete older tethers? It looks like they get overridden at some point.
Valuable
Okay.
object processed. Credits deposited.
You can get really fast with them when you practice a bit. Gotcha. That's kind of cool that it's all broken up into tether or into panels like this that you just remove the joints and you get the whole thing out without having to cut it. V cancels all tethers. Okay, thanks. So the inside of processors counts as
Well, Cutter,
processors, furnaces, and barges I can tether
I
into.
just got assigned another worm on a salvage station on the other side of Earth Village. Just a reminder that your training amounts for O2, tethers, and fuel will be reset once you start your next shift. I'll be back to check in on you from time to time.
Oh, I have a
but
finite
until
number
then,
of tethers
remember
normally.
this. Measure twice, cut once, and tethers are your friends. Good luck out there, Cutter. Weaver out.
Destroyed the engine earlier when you used the line cut on some points right next to it because of stray lines. Gotcha. Beginner. Oh my god. They just gave me a lot of stuff. Okay, I see what they mean about the reactor being big money. Gotcha. Current debt. Resurrection fee, interest, bay lease, cutter rental, grapple rental, hab rent. Wonderful. Helmets. O2 capacity. Okay, so I've been operating with infinite oxygen, infinite tethers, no penalties, right? 15-minute per shift time limit, the need to manage oxygen, maneuvering fuel, and tethers. All bought from the terminal by the hab. Scan more structures. Scan mode objects. Gestalt analysis. Relevant information from the links component catalog. Top speed. Got a limited amount of fuel for the thrusters too, I assume. You rent them, I know. It's like if Comcast was in charge of things. Suit integrity, audio resynth. Is to resynthesize audio from nearby hazards and unpressurized areas. Guess I'll take the oxygen upgrade. And now I'm out. Okay, got it. Start shift, so I can continue salvaging the mackerel ship that I started with. I can just do whatever I want now that there's not a tutorial. Let's give it a shot and see how it works. Mass remaining. Oh, that's nice. And I've got 10 tethers. So does my shift effectively end when I run out of tethers then? Or can I deploy 10 at a time and then when I dismiss them, I get them back? Buy more. Okay. I can try to, if I'm understanding the game right, I can try to cut a bunch of pieces off at the same time and then tether them together to launch them all in at once, basically. This may have been a little, guys, we'll see. This goes in the furnace. I think my first tether got screwed up there. I tried to connect it to the smaller piece.
Credits deposited.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was an aluminum panel that I was cutting away. I gotcha. No reason to use the line cutter, basically. I'm just destroying joints like this. Tether each to the destination at the same cost.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Caution.
It still gives me
Supplies
work
are low.
orders, okay. Air supplies are low. Oh, tether supplies are low. Because I'm at half, okay. It's nanocarbon, right? Processor. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck on the wall of the furnace on its way there. And they stack, it said, right? Work order is how you get tokens for upgrades. Script, basically. Okay.
Warning. No tethers remaining.
Alright, and then I can buy more tethers outside the hab. There's like a little terminal there.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Destroyed thruster. Now, the thruster got destroyed because it was a thing that was supposed to be removed separately and put somewhere other than processing, basically.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000.
Free man synthetically produced oxygen. Economically extracted from comet ice.
Thank you for your purchase. Thank you for your purchase.
Okay, so I might want to wait to buy oxygen until I'm almost out of oxygen, otherwise some of it gets wasted, I guess. This just goes down to the barge.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Work order has been completed.
So when the work order is done, is that a good time to check in, or do you just try to use as much as you can from what remains of the shift
Salvage secured.
to make more money?
Credits deposited.
Oh, I see. The work orders are the... Okay, that's what you were saying earlier. So work orders give you tokens. And turning in more salvage gives you money, which affects the debt, but that's, like, not achievable. Mechanically, the debt number is a high score. Okay. So it's reasonable to finish to leave basically when the work order is complete. I gotcha. Just send this to Polar Bursky and Nodovan. They're both really into Elite Dangerous, and even though this is a very different core gameplay loop, I think it kind of taps into a similar space sim feel. Gotcha. Complete shift. I love all of this, the daily fees. Start shift. So, okay, once it shows all of my work order objectives done, does that mean I need to start with a new ship to work from, or slows down your upgrade progression a bit? Yeah, that makes sense. Like, do I know what my new work orders are going to be before I go to continue salvage? Use ship if you want new work orders. So I'd say view ship catalog. Now, if I were to get the exact same model of ship and get another mackerel, it would just refresh the work orders and be like, I want a reactor, I want this amount of material, I want these antennas, that kind of a thing. It's always picking up where you left off. Okay. That's cool. I don't think I'll be able to finish a work order in 2 minutes, so I'll keep track of your time here. Let me stop the clock. Future Marstead, this is a cool salvage game. If you end up playing it again, it's probably going to be in a pretty different form from when it was in early access here in September of 2020. The basics, though, 1 and 2 are your main two tools. 1 is a tether, it grabs stuff. 2 is a cutter, it cuts stuff. Cut the level 1 joints on pieces in order to dislodge them from the ship, and then use tethers to move them into either the furnace processing or the barge, depending on where they're supposed to go. The game actually has some stuff on the screen that helps with that, and maybe you can watch a bit of this VOD to get yourself up on it. This is a really cool concept. Thanks for sharing this, Walter. One of those things where I'm surprised this is a game, but it's a cool game. It's a cool idea, and I want to know more about this setting and see more of this game as it progresses out of early access.